Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sharelle, and in this video we are going to be flying Korean Air from New York City to Tokyo, Japan. We actually had an afternoon flight leaving out of JFK, so we got there early so that way we could get to baggage and check our bags so that we could head off to the lounge. We have flown Korean Air before, so this was another great experience. At JFK, we always head off to the lounge first. They have really good lounge options. We headed off to Air France after we went through check-in. Now, before heading off to the lounge, we did go to the gate first to make sure the gate was a gate. Let me know in the comments below if you do the same thing. I need to know that my gate is there and where it's located before doing anything else. So we did that, and then we headed off to Air France for an hour or so before boarding our flight from JFK to Korea. We actually had a layover in Korea for about 3 hours. I will link the Air France lounge review in the description box below. I do love this lounge. It has a lot of seating space and it has an open design. We did head back off to the gate to walk around for a little bit. I do tend to walk around before boarding my flight because you will be sitting for a long extended period of time, so I do like to get some steps in before doing that. Now, the flight from JFK to Korea is about 13 hours and we are flying in economy. I did use Air Lupa to get a seat map of the Korean Air. I do recommend their site and I will link it below so that you can get a view of the seat plan. This is the first class area, which we hope to fly soon, but we are headed back to economy. We actually had middle seats this leg because our previous trip was canceled. We had to rebook and reshuffle our plans, and we actually had middle seats, which was okay because we were near the bathroom and the people that sat on the outside were super friendly. Plane layout was a 3-4-3 layout, so again we sat in the middle. If you do want to get an aisle seat, I would recommend booking in advance because those seats do tend to go first. I actually sat in the middle and it wasn't a bad flight at all. We actually had very nice stewardess and staff, so that was a great flight, and I was just happy to have the opportunity to rebook our flight because we actually end up having to cancel our 3-day trip to Korea and go straight to Tokyo, Japan. Once we reached cruising altitude, about 2 hours into our flight, we actually got our first meal. I chose to get the chicken over rice. I tend to eat light on the flights because I do find that I get very anxious, so I like to eat light when I'm flying. I will say that the food on the flight was very good, and it could be also as well that I was hungry, but I decided to go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, and get ready to take a nap, which that actually did not happen because, as you know, I don't sleep well on flights, so I just brushed my teeth and went back to my seat to watch the list of movie options that I had prepared for myself. A little bit more than halfway through the flight, they actually passed out these like meat and cheese hot pockets, which were actually really good. I actually devoured that. I could have had 2 of those, and I went and took a short nap before preparing for our last meal, which was breakfast. For the last meal on the flight, we actually got pasta, which was actually pretty good. They served it with some cake, and by then I knew we were more than halfway through our flight and I was on our way to Korea for our layover. We actually had about 3 hours in Korea, which is a perfect time to get through security. I do recommend at least 2.5, 3 hours. We walked around the terminal before looking for our gate because, again, I always need to know where my gate is and getting some snacks. During the layover in Korea, I did walk around because I do like to walk around to get my steps in. That way I don't feel stiff or anything during my flight. This flight was from Seoul, South Korea to Tokyo, Japan, which would be our final destination. Now we are on our last leg of the trip. We are flying to Tokyo, Japan. Again, I always look at the seat maps for all our planes. I will put the information for Air Lupa below, but it's a great way to see where you'll be sitting at as well as when you'll be getting off the plane. And we landed safely in Tokyo, Japan. Our flight did land late, so we chose to stay at the airport because we did have to add on an extra day, and so staying at the airport was the best option because you do have to be mindful of public transportation in Japan and when you will be able to catch that last train into the city. We are going to be staying at the airport for 2 nights. We actually had to add on a night for our previous stay. It was only supposed to be 1 night at the airport, but due to cancellations, we actually had to add on a night, which was fine. This hotel at the airport is great, and I will have a separate video of the Hotel Villa Fontaine, Haneda Airport. I will say once you get your bags, this airport hotel is super easy to get to, and it was very peaceful and quiet walk. Again, this was very late, about 11:30, almost 12 a.m., so there weren't a lot of people out, and all the shops were closed except for Lawson's, which was perfect because we ended up getting snacks there and eating dinner. Please comment below if you are looking forward for my review of the Hotel Villa Fontaine at the Haneda Airport. I will link that below once that video is posted, but this was a great hotel and it's very accommodating. They have a lot of amenities here at the airport, which I love. Walking around this airport is one of my favorites. Because we had an additional day at the airport hotel, we decided to not waste the day and get breakfast at Lawson's as well as head into the city. We decided to go to Ginza because you can take one train line there and you don't have to get off. I will recommend doing that because it is the fastest way to get into the city. Have a little bit of trouble getting our tickets from the kiosk, but you can easily go to a person to get some help, so that's what we did, and we walked around Ginza for the day and got lunch. I will say this was the perfect thing to do as we had no plans for this day, so we decided to do some shopping. One of my favorite stores is Zara, so I decided to go into Zara and do some shopping in there, as well as visit the signature Uniqlo and GU. If you're looking to do some shopping, Ginza is a great area to do some shopping in. I found a couple of pieces at GU, which was my first time coming here, and I did end up getting this skirt that I wore on the trip. last day at the airport hotel, we had an 11 a.m. checkout, which was perfect because we decided before leaving the airport to get some lunch. We found an onigiri place, which was located on the level where they have the observation deck, so you can watch the flights take off as you're eating lunch. I would definitely recommend going to this onigiri place. The food was a 10 out of 10 and there was a little bit of a line, but they do move fast. So I would definitely say wait in line for this onigiri. After lunch, we are taking the limousine airport bus into the city. We are staying in Shibuya area this time. This is my first time staying in the Shibuya area, so please comment below if you are looking forward to seeing some videos of the hotel as well as our activities in that area. The tickets for the airport bus can be purchased from the machine, or you can go to a person like we did because we wanted to make sure we were buying the right tickets for the right area. If you enjoy videos like this, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. It helps us grow here on YouTube. We have more travel content coming your way from Tokyo, Japan, so I will list that playlist below, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.